Hello lads and lasses, TRZ Plays here, and today I'm going to be teaching you how to play the Tier 4 Italian premium battleship Giulio Cesare. Giulio Cesare is a Conte Di Cavour class battleship, second one to be built, and of which 3 were built: Conte Di Cavour, Giulio Cesare, and Leonardo da Vinci. Now, the Conte di Cavour class, including of which Cesare is a part of, was built in response to the Austro-Hungarian Virbus Unitis class, and also was almost like Italy's response to the Iron Dukes, the Revenge class that the British had. Just as pretty much Italy had built its first dreadnought, Dante Alighieri. Correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm pretty certain it was Dante Alighieri that was Italy's first dreadnought. And its career spanned some parts of World War One. They didn't engage that often, since dreadnoughts are expensive to maintain, just as the British and the Germans during Doubloons. And with the Cesare as well, in particular, her career was less than stellar when it came to the Second World War. Now, in the Second World War, only Cesare and Cavour survived. Leonardo da Vinci had an explosion in harbour, which led to it capsizing. Then it was raised and scrapped, because she was declared a total loss. So Cesare is known for being the one Italian battleship that was given to the Soviet Union. Originally, she and her sister, both Conte Di Cavour and Giulio Cesare, were in Taranto at the time, during the Taranto air raid, which is European Pearl Harbor. And it's pretty much proven to the world even more that the battleship is becoming obsolete. Carriers are the way to go. As well, with the topic of Cesare, they've rarely got out of port because of their damages, and they were also one of the main Italian ships to surrender, and actually come here to Malta to sign the surrender for Italy. The Italian Navy surrendered in Malta. And then eventually Giulio Cesare was given to the Soviet Union, and the Soviet Union gave back Royal Sovereign. Back then, the Russians called it Arkhangelsk. Now, Giulio Cesare's name was changed to the Novorossiysk. She was stationed in the Black Sea as the Black Sea flagship, and then she exploded. Just the same fate that Leonardo da Vinci had. She rolled over and sank. She was raised and then scrapped. So that was pretty much Giulio Cesare's history. Let's talk about the commander we have equipped. Our commander is Paolo di Revel, and our skills are: not one for the nuisance, crisscross, firefighter, master mechanic, and will to rebuild. Now, allow me to explain them one by one. Not one for the nuisance reduces the risk of catching fire or flooding. Crisscross increases main battery traverse speed. Firefighter decreases the chance of your ship catching fire. Master Mechanic increases the amount of HP restored. And Will to Rebuild increases HP regeneration rate. Inspirations, we have Cunningham and Kedrov. Italian turrets turn already that fast, so I suggest you use Kedrov and Cunningham. Don't use Jajard on the Italian ones, because that would just make them overpen a lot. And plus, if you really want the AP multiplier, just get Artisan's Touch, but stick with Crisscross. It would be a dumb idea to have Artisan's Touch. Now let's talk about the upgrade, shall we, for Cesare, which is, I went with aiming systems. Now, aiming systems helps out with the dispersion of the main battery. And that's why I really chose it. It also has good secondaries. You can brawl with Cesare because it's a tank, and it's a very effective tank as well. And let's take a look at the armor. Giulio Cesare armor, it's not that big of a deal at tier 4. But the main issue comes with Cesare's citadel. Now, her citadel is very problematic to deal with once you're caught broadside. But if you know how to handle it, you can actually play Cesare effectively. And that its citadel placement is quite atrocious. If you angle in Cesare, you can get major hits, but when I play my Cesare, I always brawl with it, because brawling sometimes has the best effect. At long range, yes, you can make German battleships cry, you can pretty much reduce a Congo to ashes. Cesare is very aggressive as a battleship, which is how it's meant to be played. Now we have HE shell status, which is fire saving chances at 35%. You can take out DDs with this, but again, it's a big battleship. I don't recommend it a lot. And in the gameplay I happened to be in, I didn't use HE. Then we have the armor piercing, which is the star of the show, because of how effective it is on battleships, cruisers, and destroyers. Then we'll take a look at the consumables. You have obvious damage control party and repair party, but you can't equip a spotter. You're stuck with enhanced secondary targeting. Because, I mean, if you look at it correctly, Cesare never even had a catapult. It never had a catapult. It's only when you get to Roma and the Andrea Doria class where they do get catapults. Since Cesare is a very old ship by the terms of the Italian Navy. Now that was pretty much a summary of Giulio Cesare. Now we'll get into the gameplay.
Nemico distrutto. Un ottimo inizio. Beccata. Corazzata nemica distrutta. Cambio.